Well, ladies and Germans, how y'all doing? This is Colonel Rick.
I'm Mangru, Lulu.
And on Slutsk East, we are finishing out our week of ST2 coverage. Rang, what is happening between who?
Left hand side in blue, we have Steven Seagull playing as 352nd with a Juggernaut income. And on the
Ooh.
right hand side, we have Scout Spirit with a flatline income with the 158th Rifle Division, 184th Rifle Division.
Well, it's one of the there's an 8 in there somewhere.
Yeah,
It is a little weird to see Juggernaut. What are you expecting from this Seagull deck?
hopefully a crap ton of Yagged Panthers by Seaface. You can't have that income and not take all the Yagged Panthers.
Well, one certainly does hope he runs so very far away.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't get away, I'm okay with that too.
Same.
45 millimeter is going to go and start engaging troops on the southern side. Meanwhile, to the north, very, very quick, very, very quick push from Okamachiki and Superior PPSHs are engaging these airstats troop, and I might be wrong, but I think this engagement's only going to go one way.
Yeah. Yo, I know the French armored car is coming in, and that could help out.
It could.
It could.
I'm
Oh, the
doubtful.
mortar. No mortar. Mortar 3 helping out, so... I think he's going to be able to hold, at least, but not going to be able to
Oh shit.
take advantage of the position. Just thanks to good old fire support. See? SS trooping terrible. But with fire support, they do their job of getting shot at and spotting stuff for you.
If that's my biggest thing is to understand whether or not somebody's good by how much they get shot at, well then yeah, they are the gold freaking standard.
Yeah.
But usually I want my soldiers to actually fight, which is a major issue.
That's overrated. That's what artillery's for.
I know it's so just like so imperial of
I
me to
know.
actually expect, but
You don't line up your SS trooping in an open field and tell them to walk slowly towards the enemy, because that's what I do.
that's what I do freaking EU4. I don't do that here. There's a reason we have that. We need to get Tech 23 and then we're set.
Oh
But
yeah.
to the north though, we are going to see that with the assistance of that scout car, which unfortunately has now bought the farm in the sky, as well as the addition of that artillery support from the Martyr 3, we are seeing a tentative push from Steven Seagull.
Yeah, this is really good with the Stuart and the good old M3 Lee backing him up. And with the infantry moving in, if Scout Spirit can secure like his like northern hill, that's a real huge boon.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But Steven Seagull doesn't seem to be in a flap about it. There's no jawing around him. He's not sticking his beak where he doesn't belong. Some weird airstats trooper kind of sitting way back by this bridge. And my friend, that is a bridge too far away from the front.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing really too crazy along the middle or southern flanks. Just a little bit of skirmishing here or there, but that was to be expected because we got both, very slow and steady standard infantry divisions going at it. Nothing really crazy going on.
It is a little crazy to watch as a Martyr 3 gets picked up by a Stewart, but you know what? That's just a shock no matter when.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we are going to see a Sikarungs take out a half-track with that rinky-dink little wannabe anti-tank rifle.
Yeah.
As well as an ME-109 ground attack plane making some bombing runs over here on some of the infantry. But Steven Seagull is getting certainly pushed back here.
Yeah, northern side is not going well. I mean, the Stuart managing to cross the bridge now. Yeah, it's not looking great. Down south, things are actually looking pretty good for him, as he's managed to get into that southern forest area. He's bringing in a B3 to crack on, to M3 Lee.
And the IS-152.
Oh yeah, the IS. Yeah, that's probably a more important target.
And he gets the more important target. He might die thanks to this 37 mil. Yes, he does.
Yeah, that was kind of a royal file trade.
Kind of, yes.
I mean, it's going to allow his vehicles down south to, maybe kill the M3 Lee and then really exploit the southern side. Yeah, that was a good opportunity trade.
Yes, it was. Now, the amusing thing, though, is that I don't think this 204 is going to be able to actually kill the Lee.
We do have some martyrs, but they are a little bit far out.
Well, they're not really ready to give themselves for the cause just yet. I think
No.
right now they're more concerned about engaging some of this infantry. No, actually, they are going way downtown. Huh, how about that? You know, it's so weird actually the martyrs on the field because I feel like the martyrs are usually the martyr 1 or martyr 2. We're not seeing anything really, really unique about them.
Yeah, I mean, these are just the Marder 3s, which are the ones with the Russians' is 3 guns, so they're actually pretty decent in infantry fire support. Kind of like a German crappy Su-76.
True. That's very true, actually. Now, we are going to see a couple of Lees in the northern side as well. I'm not sure if the ME-109 is going after that Lee with this bombing run or not, though. My guess is probably yes.
Oh, got the
infantry.
got the lone guy.
Yeah, you know what? I guess it has his name on it. Air Supp's coming on in from the south central area, as well as an IG-33, so slightly upgunning some of that firepower there. Very much necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good push so far from Scout up north, just really making hell behind enemy lines here. That's Stuart for now, which is gonna get killed by that Pack 40. Yeah, he's pretty much dead. And Scout, bringing an infantry reinforcement to try and secure the area. Maybe try to do a pincer maneuver on that town.
That is entirely possible, and as of right now, really nothing else necessary to be worried about. It is 12-12, and I don't see the front line shifting radically without pushing those 2 Tanko Desantniki inside the half tracks. 1 Tanko Desantniki in the half track across that bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he's in the right position for it. But in any case, what do we have? IL-2KR, so just that nice little recon plane coming on in.
Yep. And another Messerschmitt for another bombing run. This time on the Tank Desantniki.
I think now time to mix it up on the IL-2KR. Nope, never mind. I thought we were going to see a gun run on that, but I guess not.
Same here.
No, after the Pack 38, that's actually an interesting call.
Mm-hmm. And that's gonna keep it pinned down for now, allowing these half tracks and whatnot to get across the bridge without any real fear, even though the Pack 38 doesn't have line of sight, but still a very good call trying to knock that anti-tank gun out.
Very true. Now, Airsat's in the south, trying to go and get a little bit of pressure coming on in. Unfortunately, not the greatest line of sight, and even if they did, I mean, to what end?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's 1 squad of Strokey DPs just kind of lofting around downrange. Nothing too shocking there.
Mm-hmm. It feels like Stephen Seagull is very close in capturing that southern town if he just had like some infantry and transports to just rush up along the very southern border and get in there. If he can do that, he can pretty easily secure the southern side, which he needs to do because his northern side is not looking great as Scout is, he's got a foothold onto that far northern town, which is something you don't want to let the enemy get.
Well, at least not without driving your own blade into his guts down in the south, which unfortunately he's just not doing. I get why. I mean, it's 90 points, but I feel like he's not deploying his troops quite as efficiently as I would have liked. Okay, he's shelling the town. If you can push this back, at least at that point it brings it back to a 13-11, which is not the worst thing in the world, I suppose.
Yep. Messerschmitt's doing a really good job with the air power. Did he... Okay, that's both wars you killed him.
Yes.
I thought his own anti-air might have killed him. But no, that's definitely the 37mm.
It was.
That's still a good trade, knocking 2 planes for 1.
I didn't see the second one go down, but I will take your word for it. Outside of that, though, you have Grenadiers back in the north trying to go and at least contain Russian infantry. And you see right now, Grenadiers moving up just kind of house jumping from place to place. So squatters just kind of did the whole Airbnb thing.
Hmm.
And airsats with grenadiers kind of coming into support. And the grenadiers going to the north, airsats coming into the central area. Yep, just to kind of shore things up a bit. Um, I'm going to be fascinated what happens in another 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Scout really has Stephen on the back foot. As you see, Stephen is setting up defensive positions in the more rear reserve area, so to speak, rather than just
Hmm.
trying to immediately push in, which is a smart move for Seagull, as he doesn't really have the forces to do a counterpush. He needs to just consolidate what he got and try and build up a larger force.
That is certainly true. Actually, right now, some counter battery fire going off this IG-33. Is that big hit? No, it's 82 mil. Um, but that IG-33 has actually paid himself off. I think he's taken out a couple of anti-aircraft guns, taken out a little bit of infantry, and I might be wrong here, but I think he might be the key to at least collapsing this first line of defense.
Yeah, if he can get a little bit closer, I mean, if he can get much closer, which isn't gonna happen, he's almost in range and knocking out the 82 metals, but he has to go down the hill and then lose line of sight. But he's in a good spot to stop any reinforcements from coming into the town, as we're about to see. Well, maybe. The mortars are pinning him to hell and back.
That's true, but I feel like they're oh no, they're readjusting. I can a battery fire the selected. I'm pretty sure about that. But in any case, as the next infantry squad comes across the open field, yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Outside of that, though, Seagull's got to kind of find a new place to roost because as of right now, these troops are very much getting kind of picked apart.
You're not doing too great. Just kind of getting, yeah, like you said, picked off. 350 seconds infantry options aren't really anything to write home about. I mean, you got ersatz, you got sticker rings, and after that, you just got like grenadiers and pioneers. It's really bog standard, boring German stuff. You don't even get panzer grenadiers, which are awesome because they got two bloody machine guns. The infantry just stuck with one measly machine gun.
I was like, they have measles. Dang, dude. See the medic about that.
All
Uh,
right.
Actually, Camerati, is it what the shooter killed, the shooter knocked out? That takes out both the 75 mil and the 37 mil, right?
That's a really good point. I think it does, probably in terms of game code, but realistically, there's two shooters in that tank.
True.
Or more, because there's like two guns and then like two machine guns. Just such a crazy amount of firepower.
There's a crew of five. I think the radio operator's assistant
Seven.
gunner, and I think a machine gunner at the same time.
It's a 7-man tank.
Was 7 men tank? Jeez.
7 men inside this. It wasn't very comfortable. That's for sure.
Of course not. I mean, nobody wants to sit in a Confederate tank. I mean,
That's why the British had the Union run.
That's true. That's true. That's why the stewards went over to the yeah. That's right. That's the stewards were with the Brits. It's because they wanted a Union tank. You're right. Oh my gosh. I walked into that one. IL-2 coming in from Rock Run the South, going to take that either stress terribly or taking it out completely. And
Stress terribly.
Well, hopefully he can get his dice out early next turn, and hopefully get himself back in the game.
A roll for morale.
Yeah, it's an eight or a nine. I want to say depends on the NCO. I'm sure.
Depends on like veterancy and all of that.
Sure.
And also if NCO was nearby would help out.
Oh, Bolt Action, a game that I've never played but find entirely fascinating.
It's alright.
Almost as much as Black Powder. Black Powder stuff for me is just that. That's just
Black Powder's really cool.
such a soft spot for the Napoleonic stuff. But we actually have a couple of Stooks moving on in, and unfortunately for Steven Seagull, this right here is pretty much as good as it gets for quite a while.
Yeah, the Stooks is definitely quite a big step up in firepower, as the nice thing that he has over Scout is he has more consistent tank support with the Stooks, and later on the Arch Panthers. While Scout, he's pretty much used up all his tanks. You only get like the Lees and the Stuarts and like some Valentines. That's really it. After that, you just have the ISUs, which are pretty low in numbers.
Well, the second one's been brought in already. We have seen one of them die.
So I think he had like one A face card run and then one B face card run, so he should only have one more ISU left.
It's kind of funny, actually, from our perspective. We know that they're driven by resource scarcity, but you imagine the fight going on overall, being like, "Oh my gosh, how many ISUs does he have?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, he's a Phase C kind of commander." It's
Yeah.
like, "Oh Jesus." Now I'm kind of amused by the fact that IG-33 is blowing the rest of his shells by just shelling it.
Yeah, he's just doing a fire order on that area, and actually might hit the ISU, which would be pretty funny. You definitely want some more of a direct line of fight, direct shot, because he can actually kill the ISU with the IG. That's actually a very good chance of that happening, but he needs to stop lobbing HE.
Well, he can't even see it. That's the problem.
I mean, he can see it.
I don't know if he's got line of sight.
IG down south.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has line of sight in the ISU. He's currently lobbing it with HE shells.
Oh, one Yogg Panther coming on in.
There we go. The tank cat we sadly don't see enough of, because it's only in this division, and no one plays the rest in front divisions.
Kind of a good reason for a lot of them, but
Yeah.
52nd, it's just kind of a new version of bad.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
it is
it's
1410, yes sir.
Yeah, it's not that good in SD2. It's just you really need like I don't know, with an infantry division, yes, you need good infantry, and you just don't really have it. You just get outgunned and outnumbered by the Russians. As regular grenadiers are terrible.
Well, what was the phrase you always used to use? They aren't exactly pants.
Yeah, they're pants. They're pants.
Pants are bad. Okay.
Yeah, pants are bad. That's why I'm not wearing any right now. I
I was
haven't for like the
pretty sure my
past 2
girlfriend would agree
weeks.
with you, but
I'm just in my birthday suit, man.
that is way more than I needed to know right now. There, Ring. My little Rangaroo, my little Joey in his pocket. But an IL-2 to the north of the rocket run going after this IG-18. And you know what? I feel like this is neutering Steven Seagull's probably biggest proponents right now in that artillery.
Yeah. Because those IG guns and whatnot are really what keeps Route 52nd in the match.
Yes.
So, I mean, those rocket runs aren't doing all that great. I mean, there are tank rockets, but at the end of the day, anti-tank rockets are essentially just high explosive rockets. Just more high explosives. So I wouldn't see why it would do less damage against, like, soft targets, but who knows.
True. Who knows indeed. And artillery's been cleared off the southern hill from the German side of things. Although the infantry is still in the area, I'd be pretty terrified if I was still this ISU 122 or the Lee.
Yeah. I'm kind of out in the open here, and, like, Seagull seems very close and, like, nabbing this southern side, but he just can't move up. The infantry, those Ursa trooping is just meant for holding.
Heads up, bombing around the middle, right between the two Zis guns and Skadoosh. That was 150 kilograms of high explosives well spent.
Very good kill here.
Well, it makes the entire center safe. Until, of course, this Valentine comes up. But, you know, Valentine, I'm not as petrified of.
Oh, it is scarier when it starts shooting at you, but we still have another 5 minutes before it gets into position.
Exactly. Now, the Volksdeutsch are coming on in, and these guys have a soft spot for these dudes. Just because, I mean, there's such like a, it's like, oh my gosh, oh, it's so cute.
I forgot what their loadout is. They might actually have a good infantry loadout.
I think they do. But from the uniform perspective, they are just a bunch of old dudes.
Yeah. Well, it might just be... Oh no, we're seeing when they unload, because I think it is grenadiers, but disheartened.
That sounds right,
Yeah.
but I'm not 100% sure. It's been such a long time. Now, amusingly, though, we do have this IG-33 to the north, and this guy is shelling the town, and will do that rather well, especially when troops get out of territory to do it. Volksdeutsche, you very, very gutsy bastard. You're not going to get all 3 squads up there. Are you kidding me? That's one. Yep, they're Grens with
And
sorry.
Faust. Yeah, they're just grenadiers. But they're cheap, so you can't really complain too much.
It's even better to watch one of those guys like they fire the MG like Rambo just from the hip.
Yep. Oh, SD infantry animations.
But yep. Other than that, though, another rocket run coming in? No, IL-4 coming in, which means that this entire infantry push is going to fall to pieces in about 8 seconds.
IL-4 is a very funky looking airplane.
Oh wait, where's the Flak 88? Flak 88 might. Oh no, the bomb's got off in time.
Yeah.
And here it comes. Like an avenging angel, it plummets down from the sky. The Seagull are right next to this tank of this at Niki. And the Seagull, despite the fact they have an LG-15, which is just like, excuse me, they should be able to push back the tank of this at Niki.
Yeah, just got seems yeah, just got numbers to outmatch an airplane machine gun working rather well.
Oh my god, they might
Scenario.
lose.
Oh no! Oh, it's run. Oh, caster's curse.
Oh my gosh, I was sad.
I was really hyped for the Sicker Ring tragedy win, but SMGs secure the victory in the end.
True, I mean, with an ME-109, I was going after some of those IL-2s. Gets an pilot injured, but not enough to see any air-to-air kills here.
Yeah, it was Messerschmitt 109s. Just don't have enough firepower to knock him out. You really need either the 109s with gun pods or just some Focke-Wulfs. Because just those two cannons, or yeah, one cannon and two machine guns, does manage to take one down, but it takes a lot of shooting to make that happen.
It certainly does. Now, I don't know if he dropped a bomb. No, he didn't drop a bomb, but there's somebody who was just laying hell onto that roadway because, as we saw some infantry coming on, oh, I guess it was the IG-18. Hmm. Quite curious. We are to phase C, though, and we see the first of the Jagdpanzers coming on in. In fact, another Stude coming in, now the Flak 88 coming to the south. This actually might be where the 352nd somehow manages to take this back.
Yeah, he is starting to push back a bit now. Down south, he does have a little bit of territory, but he's still one flag down. And you're right. I think it is possible for Seagull to make it. I mean, just look up north. Scout doesn't have too much yet, especially in the far northern flanks. Like, Seagull has more stuff on the field.
True, he's been unflappable.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Things can still run foul.
Yeah, you got
As we have a JU-188 though, dropping 2,000 pounds of, excuse me, 2,000 kilograms of bombs on one poor freaking Stroke DP squad, and I feel bad for him already. Let's watch what happens. Yep,
they survive.
they do. But the next run going after this town, yep, they take out the town, and at that point it becomes an Axis position down there, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jagdpanther on the hill is it's pretty much going to stop anything from even getting into the town. And Jagdpanther is scary because apart from the ISUs, Scout doesn't really have any AT weaponry that can reliably penetrate. I think he can get some
Except
JIS-2s, but
the
yeah.
M30.
Oh yeah,
Is,
oh yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that. That can actually kill it because it is kind of not really, but kind of an IS-2 gun.
We are going to see Slash Trooping going up against rookie DPs, being backed up by Air Slash Trooping. Unfortunately, the Stroke DPs do get away from the Flyer and Flames that might have come their direction overall.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for Scout Spirit, though, he's got to take out and keep this southern approach because he's down now. And I don't know that this is going to go too much better. Rockets go awry. Second round. Oof.
Wow. Yeah, not the best gun run, yeah. And
Quite lucky. Sorry, sir?
I'm really surprised that Seagull is like pushing this back now. And oh, he just run. I am shocked and stunned. Even though the KD speaks completely different, story.
Oh, and a couple of anti-tank guns from the Russians that were able to take out some solid material, trading up certainly. But there's
Yeah.
one NE-109 Drescher that paid for himself and then some.
Holy crap! Yeah, look at him! Look at him go! He's real MVP here.
Volksdeutsch. Yep. So outside of the lane, I mean, for a couple of small standouts, but nothing too crazy. It was kind of surprising again to see both sides more or less evenly matched on the kills.
I yeah, I'm really surprised that Seagull won that because judging by the first 10 minutes, it seemed like Scout was just like chewing his way to the enemy spawn point. He was just making such good progress. But I think he really invested a lot of his availability and it was A phase and B phase cards. And Seagull was playing the long game. He had that juggernaut income and he had a lot of C phase stuff available to just outnumber Scout in the long term. So Juggernaut does work. I know there's been quite a few people in the league who've been trying to make Juggernaut income like a viable gameplay strategy. And that's a really good example of it, of just having it. You know, you kind of just lose the first 20 minutes of the match, but then afterwards, you just, well, you're the Juggernaut.
That's true. That is true. It's just really weird to think, though. You have to just set yourself up to lose.
Yeah,
Just don't lose in the first 20
it's
minutes, and
so
then
hard. It's not hard, not just hard in terms of actually not losing, but keeping yourself motivated to play those first 20 minutes where you're just being constantly pushed back. Like I've tried it. It's not fun. I just want to quit after 15 minutes because I'm like, 3 flags down and I can barely outmatch my opponent's, Vanguard income.
well, you know what? You have to be a martial artist at the same level as Steven Seagal.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's all it is. You got to employ the crane defense.
uh
But folks, with that in mind, thank you so much as always for kind of joining us for this week. We certainly love doing this for you guys, especially a time like right about now. Rang, any final thoughts? Prayers, dreams,
uh
journal entries.
no, just rush your hands, guys.
Wash your hands, guys. Stay healthy. Honestly, my thoughts are with every single one of you viewers and then some. So, stay safe. Until next week, I'm Con Ulrich.
Rangaroo, take it easy.